This is Wednesday the 9th of October 2019. We're at the Irish National Stud Kildare. I'm at the soccer paddock, well it's the Wheeling the Foal paddock, but it was known as the soccer paddock 2 years ago.
Back of soccer, isn't it?
The back of it's actually the top. It's part of the top part of soccer. It's the main part of soccer. The bottom part is the top part of soccer. Back of soccer to the other end, going towards the Blanford yard. This is the top part of soccer. It's the Wheeling the Foal. Wheeling the Foal is now the soccer paddock. These are the living legends now. Living legends have taken over the Wheelings. The Wheelings are gone now. They've been moved now to a different yard now because the season now is, it's coming to an end in how many more weeks?
3.
Another 3 more weeks and the season's over, which I can't believe. It's gone. It's nearly over, and I'm very sad. I'm very sad, and I'm going to really miss the place. I tell you, I'm going to really miss the place so much. You've no idea how much I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss all the horses. I miss all my friends. Especially one, as you can imagine, he's on my head. He's sitting on top of my head. Gale Force 10, and I'm never going to see again, ever, because he's been relocated to Sweden. But I won't go into the lows just yet. I have a lot of highs. I'll start off with the highs first. So that's a good way to start my video. Start off my days with the highs. I started off the year with I got reunited. I got reunited with a lot of my old friends, a lot of my old mare friends. I got reunited with some of my old mare friends. I got reunited with my French mare, Grand Debut. Grand Debut is back this year, and I had one meeting. I had a kind of a brief meeting with Summer Spice around, I think it was the end of April, and she was in this actual paddock here, around here, in this paddock here. She foaled with my friend Warthad. I think it was this year. Was it this year or last year? Was it last year? I think it was last year, Summer Spice. Was it Summer Spice last year? Sorry, it was last year, Summer Spice. Sorry. Well, I got reunited with Summer Spice last year. But this year I got reunited with Grand Debut. She's one of my friends. And Nitya is back. Nitya is back. And unfortunately I didn't get to meet her in the fields this year. I only met her in the Suncherry's yard. She was in one of the stables. I met her kind of once or twice in the stables after she had her foal. Unfortunately, I never could find her. I never found her in the fields, unfortunately, or I never got to say hello to her in the fields. Well, I was trying to get a hello from her in the fields, and she wouldn't come say hello to me. She's not exactly what you'd call very a sociable, a communicative, as you could say. She's never changed. And I got reunited with another mare who I only met, or didn't really get to meet. I didn't get to meet physically or face to face. I only saw her in the pack centre of Nursery 2 and grazing. I only met her for the first time this year, physically and face to face for the very first time. Pavonians, I only met her for the first time this year, and but I knew her from last year. And who else did I get reunited with? I got reunited with
Boldara?
Oh, Boldara only came this year.
Dark Ray?
Oh, Dark Ray, and McFlurry. I got reunited with McFlurry, who I know McFlurry from like over 2.5 years now. And I got reunited with Apple McFlurry, who I only know from last year. I got reunited with McFlurry, or Apple McFlurry. She only stays here at the stud for the beginning of the year, like for the first 2 months or so, first 2 or 3 months of the year, and then she's gone. And her foal then is fostered by one of the Falabellas. Her foal last year was fostered by Homer, and this year's foal was fostered by I think it was either Bart or Marge. It was one of the dark Falabellas. I think it was Bart. Not Bart. Yeah, it was Bart. Bart. I think it was Bart. It was one of the dark fella bears that was foaled by now. Now there's only 2 of the foster mares left. I don't know where McFlurry's foal is. I've no idea. I don't know where McFlurry's foal is. McFlurry's foal seems to be missing for some reason, but Apple McFlurry's foal and Troytown Matty's foal, they're up in the nurseries. I think they're up in nursery 3, and there are only 2 foster foals left. They're the only foals that are left, I think. All the rest of the foals are gone, more or less gone. And so I have a load of new mares as well. I've made a great new friend, and I'm kind of more or less a great best friend, and one of the mares. Her name is Boldara. She foaled with Invincible Spirit, and I saw her for the first time up in the Suncherry's yard. We're going up to say hello to some of the foals at the beginning of the year, and it was two new foals. There was her and another mare called what was her name again? Her star was Dark Angel, I think. Not Dark Angel. She was a grey mare. She had a funny name. I can't remember the name of her. Next door to her was Boldara, but fortunately I couldn't see Boldara because she had her bum facing me. But I met her again. The first meeting with her was it was up in Surgery 1. She kept pacing up and down. I wasn't able to control her. She kept pacing up and down. I just couldn't control her. She just wouldn't stop moving. I was trying to pet her and try to say hello to her, but she wouldn't stop moving. She kept pacing up and down, walking around in circles, pacing up and down the paddock the whole way. The whole time I was there, the very first meeting with her. And then after that, after another few meetings after that, she gradually got used to me, and then we grew a very strong bond. We grew a very strong bond. We grew a very strong bond, and we got very close, and we had a very close connection, and we had a lot of lovely intimate moments together, including a lovely moment in the mare stables. I went up to say hello to her in the mare stables one time. I think it was the 6th of March. I think it was March or April, or March or May. It was March. I think it was before she was going to visit Zoostar. She's going to visit Zoostar, and it was about the 6th of March, I think it was. And the 6th of March I met her in the mare stables, and she's going like this with her nose. She kept smelling me. She's smelling me and kept sniffing me, and we had a lovely intimate moment with her, and a lovely intimate moment with Boldara. She's a lovely mare. She's a chestnut, gorgeous mare, and I think that was the last intimate moment I had. I think it was the last day I saw her, and then I think that's the last day I saw Boldara. It was the 6th of March. It was March, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Was it March or May?
I think it was March, yeah.
Was it March?
March.
Or was it May?
I'm not sure.
It was either March or May. It was around the 6th of March or May. One of those. It began with M. I know there was the month began with M. Anyway, I think it was either March or May. But it was before she went to visit Zoostar, and that was the last communication I had with her. And then the next visit we had, I think, was the 8th. I think there was, and then they were. I sent an email, I think it was asking about Boldara, because I heard that she was going to be visiting. There was a thing on said on her door that she was visiting Zoostar. And I sent an email about I felt visiting about. I'm asking about Boldara because she wasn't. The following visit we did, she wasn't there, and something like that. And I sent an email. I didn't know where she was, and it said that she's gone on a dirty weekend. She's gone on a dirty weekend, and they were joking. Apparently she had forgotten that she was going to visit Zoostar. So she was gone for a few months. She only came back recently. It was really recently. I think it was about. When was it? Was it July? It was around July. It was around June, July, I think. Then she came back, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And the girl said, we met up with the member staff by the open stable, and she said she's back indefinitely. And she's owned by the Irish National Stud. She's back indefinitely. We saw her name on one of the mare stables doors. Well, Dara, she was back, and she was in back of the field. I think we spotted her back of the field, but fortunately I never got to say hello to her since she came back. That she's moved again now to another yard, so I never got to see her when she came back from her meeting, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that she'll come back again this and next year, please God. And I made another friend called Lucrece. She's a French mare, and another Lucrece, another friend called Lucrece, and she's quite nervous mare. She doesn't like being touched on the nose. She prefers to be touched on the neck. So I had a few nice moments with her, Lucrece, and another mare called Quinn. Another mare called Quinn. I'm very friendly with her as well, Quinn. What else was there? Quinn and oh yeah, by the way, a bit of news to tell you folks. The very first day, I had a meeting with royalty. I met a mare that used to be I met a mare that used to be owned by the Queen Mother. I met a mare that was owned by the Queen Mother. She was owned by the Queen Mother. Her name is With One Accord. With One Accord. It was my very first day, and the very first day back at the stud, on the 11th of February. My very first day, we were up the mare stables, on the mare's paddocks, up there, front camera, up in that field where Liam's aiming at, we're up that field up there where Liam's aiming at, and my very first day, my very first meeting, I think it was the very first mare I met, it was the very first mare that I met, was With One Accord, and she was owned by the Queen Mother. She was owned by the Queen Mother, and she's bought by the Irish National Stud. And I'd love to know how much the stud paid for her. Oh God! So we had royalty in the stud. We had royalty in the stud. Ooh, royalty! But she didn't stay in the stud for that long. Funny enough, she didn't stay for very long. She was gone before the halfway through the year, halfway through the season. She was gone before. I think it was before June.
Yeah. Before
June, I think she was gone. But she was a lovely mare. She was a bay mare. She had a jet black tail, jet black mane. Jet black. It was literally jet black tail, jet black mane. Real jet black, real dark black. And she was absolutely beautiful. She had the fringe and she had the star on her forehead. She was absolutely to die for. Absolutely to die for. With One Accord was her name. Absolutely beautiful mare. And she was With One Accord. She's owned by the Queen Mother. So I couldn't believe it, my luck. That's what would be one of my best highlights. I think that's what would be one of my best highlights, meeting royalty. My best highlight of the year was probably meeting royalty. What about you?
Right, yeah.
Would that be one of your highlights, meeting royalty? The stud.
Mm-hmm.
I thought in my wildest dreams, I'd ever get to meet royalty. Oh, royalty! the Queen's horse. My God, the Queen's horse. It was absolutely amazing, absolutely incredible, the Queen's horse. Oh yeah, another mare that's back that I got reunited with also is Mrs. Beard's daughter, Angelia, who I met over 2 years ago as well, who I first met, which I don't remember, I don't remember from before. I met her once in the open stable over 2 years ago, which at that time I don't remember. I don't remember that first meeting, but I remember meeting her up at the Blanford yard on the 27th of July, when her foal was a few months old. But I don't remember her first meeting. But I have the photograph on my wall at home. Of the day I first met her in the open stable when her foal was smaller. I have the actual photograph of the time I first met her in the open stable, my very first meeting with her when the foal was smaller. But I don't remember that actual first meeting. But I have the actual photograph of that first meeting in the open stable on my wall in the living room. But I don't remember the actual day. But I have the photograph of that first meeting on my wall in the living room. But I do remember the second meeting with her up in the Blanford yard, at the very back there, at the very, very back there. The fields there by the Blanford yard, one of the fields there by the Blanford yard on the 27th of July. with her foal when he was a little bit bigger. He was about 5 months old at the time, I think. Roughly about 5 months old at the time. She's the daughter of Invincible Spirit. She's a grey mare. She's the daughter of Invincible, which is unusual for Invincible to have a grey offspring. But she's a beautiful mare. And she's another mare that was here before. Invincible Spirit's daughter. Clean the lens, darling. At the lens. I don't need smears. So she's another daughter of this. But she's another. So I've met a few of Invincible's daughters. We had another mare of Invincible's, I think it was last year, and her name was Invincible Leah. She foaled last year with See the Stars. So we're going to be visiting him in January next year. We're going to see him in the Aga Khan next year for the Stallion Trail. We'll be visiting him for the Stallion Trail in January, the Aga Khan. So I'll be looking forward to seeing him in that. But fortunately, we didn't get to see much of her last year. We only saw her for the beginning of the year, and then she was gone. So we didn't have that much time with her last year. Only saw her at the beginning of the year, and then she was gone. So we saw her like in February. Then after that, she was gone. We saw her like maybe a month after that, but it was in the back of the field. But we only had one meeting with her, which is a shame. But I tried to get a photograph with her, with one of the staff, but the staff wouldn't let me get one with her, which is a shame. Whatever, the phone was too nervous and it's too small, so just a shame. But hopefully she'll come back again. And hopefully I get a photograph with her then next time. But she's a lovely mare. She's also a bay. But it was lovely. And it was nice to get back in touch with my French mare, Grand Debut, and she also recognised me too. She came over to me. I had lovely moments with her, lovely interactions with her when she came back to the stud. Nice having lovely intimate moments with her. And my friends, of course, the Legends and Hurricane and all my friends here, Hurricane, I had lovely, nice high moments with them, the Living Legends. So they're all the way back to me. Or the Legends, I had my own high moments with them, lovely high moments with the Living Legends, my friend Hurricane and Rite of Passage, lovely high moments with them. And the Foals, of course, as well, I got great moments with them. But a lot of low moments too, because the place is closing, and in fact, ever since just after a year losing Mortad, I lost my best friend Gale Force. So it's not a nice way to end the year, folks. But I'm still not coping. I'm taking it very hard losing Gale Force. I'm going to equine therapy. So I'm hoping now this should help. I went with my first session on Friday, so I'm going with my second one this Friday. So hopefully that this will help. I get more benefit of the equine therapy than I do sitting in a counselling room. But I'm not coping very well using Gale Force. The more I talk about it, the more I'm saying like Gale Force. I miss him like hell, even though he's been relocated to. We were told on the 16th of July he's been located. I had a kind of a feeling he was going to go because he wasn't getting that many wins this year. He only got 2 wins, I think, this year. 2 wins. He was given one more chance last year. Only gave him one more chance last year. They're going to give him another year's chance last year. So this was his last chance this year. So he only had 2 wins this year. And so it was inevitable that he was going to go. So I kind of guessed and kind of strong feeling he was going to go, but I didn't think he was going to go so suddenly, so soon. Because they said at the start he was going to be going in the winter months. They told him the 16th of July, they said he was going to go in the winter months. They said the 16th of July, and he said some of the countries they had mentioned was Australia, South Africa, or Libya, and those were some of the countries that were mentioned. And they told him the 16th of July, and then within a month and a day later, he's gone, the 17th of August, which was quite sudden. I wasn't expecting it to be so soon. I thought I was going to have more time with them, maybe near the end of the year, maybe October, around this time. But he's gone, and the painful thing is I can't even email him, or find out how he's getting on, or can't even see photographs of the stud and see what his stall looks like and catch up and see how he's getting on. You know, keep in touch, nothing, have no way of contacting him. I don't even know what his stud fee is or nothing. I'm literally heartbroken. He's in Sweden. He's in Sweden. He's even further from where Wartat is. And Wartat has been, he's been relocated again to a different stud in France. He's moved to a different stud in France now. He's in France, but he's been relocated to a different stud in France now. And I have the new address. So I have the new address and I have the new phone number. Apparently the woman that works there in the new stud, apparently she speaks English, apparently. So which is quite handy. I haven't contacted the new place. I haven't written to the new place yet. The new stud. I haven't written to the new stud yet. But, apparently the woman speaks English, which is quite handy. I don't think the woman spoke English in the last one he was in. I got a photograph of the actual place. I think I have a photograph with him and a few horses in the field, which a woman. He seems happy enough, but I was able to contact Wartat, and he has his own website, and it'd be nice if Gayforce had his own website, you know, so I get some photographs of him. He's I know that he's happy and he's settled, and you know, he's getting on okay, but unfortunately I can't. So I'm actually heartbroken. I thought I'm never going to see him again. It's killing me. So my best pal, like I knew him like 2.5 years, and it's heartbreaking. And just within a year, just a Wartat, and all my friends gone. Like just like 3 years running. Like famous name 2017, Wartat last year. Now Gayforce this year. You know, it's 3 years running. All my friends gone at the stud. So these famous names still here. I go to see a famous name every 2 months. I go see him every 2 months. So at least in Ireland Grove, at least one of them is still in Ireland. At least one of them is still in Ireland. It'd be nice if Gayforce was still here. Unfortunately, Alistair wouldn't take Gayforce on. So apparently he wouldn't take him on. I don't know why, but apparently he won't. But it's just a shame, that I'd love to visit him. I'd give anything to have Gayforce in here. Give anything to go visit Gayforce. Give anything.